Hello and welcome to episode 14 of eSports Edition. So there have been a couple of news items I think are worth going over this week, so I won't focus on one. Just do a quick rundown here. The first of which is two announcements surrounding the start of a couple of esports consulting ventures. And as someone who does his fair share of esports consulting, I say welcome to the party, guys. GMR Marketing and R Evolution. Now, GMR Marketing, they have a background in gaming. They've started their own esports practice. And R Evolution, they basically acquired esports marketing firm Next Gen MVPs, and they're going to launch REVXP. You can go ahead and look it up. This is great. It really speaks to growth in the industry, but it also speaks to the value and the demand for support and services surrounding leveraging esports, right? As a marketing, as an entertainment, as a media platform. And there's going to need to be a lot more firms like this. As someone who, like I said, does my own work in the area, you have to have these types of firms to attract the sponsors, to attract the investors, because when they look around the landscape and they don't see these services being offered, when I say they wonder, well, is this worth us, or how do we proceed? Where's the manual? So this is great news. The second news item is one that really caught my eye. There's a new team in Riot's LCS called the Immortals, and they are making a splash by having acquired the Team 8. Now, that team struggled in their last, the summer and the spring splits of the LCS, but the Immortals, the new organization, bought them out, and they are backed by a team of venture capitalists and an interesting mix of media and sports personalities and professionals, one of which is a co-owner of the NBA's Memphis Grizzlies, and another one is actually affiliated with Linkin Park. And for those of you who aren't familiar, Linkin Park, they were a very popular alternative rock band in the early 2000s. So I think this is really going to be key, because even though this might be an experiential investment, it's going to vet the model of external use of esports as a return on an investment. So we've seen VC money pour in at the level of starting companies because they realize, well, hey, this market is growing. There have to be products and services, obviously, but in terms of stability for a professional sports scene, you need external investment. And if this turns out at any decent rate, I think you're going to see the floodgates open, which would be great, because financial solvency is absolutely critical at the professional level, even in Riots and as a forerunner as esports leagues are concerned. Riot still has its own issues, so seeing investment flow in here is going to be big. The last item, last but not least, is that Endemol Beyond, which is a content network, announced the unveiling of their Smasher series that includes a couple of noteworthy personalities from across the esports world and the YouTube world, including esports legend Fatality and YouTube star Toby Turner. Now, I went over to Smasher, their channel, and I checked out their Legends of Gaming trailer, and I think they did an excellent job, actually. And I think it really does a good job of illustrating what I mean by using competitive gaming as a media experience, because what they do is they bring together these stars and notable persons from across gaming in general, not just esports, and they put them on a show and they have them play video games against each other. But it's not the game that matters, and it's not really the game, because they were playing Doom and Quake on a couple of the trailers that I saw. It's about the experience of the social experience of playing video games against someone else, and it really helps push and helps uncover why esports is what it is, because that experience of a group of people or one person playing against another person or a team, that's what esports is. That's what competitive gaming is. And it's a great thing to behold. It's cool. And it's fun. Like when you watch when I watched the trailer, I was like, it's cool to see people play video games against each other, not just because the games are cool, but because it's, like I said, a really fun and interesting and compelling social experience, right? It can be full of drama, it can be full of angst, it can be full of laughter, it can be full of all of the different human emotions. And it's a great model for how you should take esports or competitive gaming and wrap it into an entertainment experience. So best of luck to the Endemol Beyond guys, and I'll be watching the Smasher series, definitely. That's all I have for this week. If you guys have any comments or questions, reach out to me in the comments section or directly. Thanks for tuning in. See you around.